Canada, we have a radio program called The Debaters. And I've mentioned this a few times to all of you. And it's two people who debate on a subject, and it's comedy. It's very funny. So I like to listen to this. And recently, one of the debates was on insects being the new food for humans. And so the person who was for this, and then there's another person who argues against this, the person for this was sharing that humans have broken every part of this planet. And so now they have to eat insects to fix the planet. And then he started to laugh. And his point is that humans won't change. That even when everything is being broken, still humans will not change their diet or their lifestyle, and so on. Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 3, describes humanity as a wheel. That everyone is to flow together, is to move forward together. And if you think of a wheel, I'm seeing it in a car right now. Imagine 3 wheels were moving forward and one wheel was moving in the opposite direction. Is that efficient? Is that effective? Is that even possible? Somehow, as humans, we're moving in the opposite direction of this wheel of the multiverse. Prithvi Seva Sangha is a reminder to flow with the wheel of the multiverse. And more than a reminder, I feel it's an alarm. The reminders have been coming for decades. Now this is alarm mode. We are a community that is trying to transform what we're thinking about into action. Every one of you has always cared for the environment, and you did so in an individual way. In January of last year, we translated what we were thinking into action in a collective way. Hence our Prithvi Seva Sangha. And this is a community that's active. Though we may only meet once a month, we do have reminders, a reminder of our alarm every week. We have learning, engagement, support, transformation. For all of you who are new to this community, I welcome all of you, and I encourage all of you to go to our website so you can read our articles, you can watch the videos on different facets of environmentalism. And we care about each other, we care about you, which is why within Prithvi Seva Sangha this year, we're mentoring other centers who want to be more active, other communities who want to be more active in environmentalism. So much so that this year, everyone who is actively sharing Prithvi Seva in their centers and communities, you will no longer be referred to by a name like Praveen or Lalita or Jagrati. You will be known as a Prithvi Mitra. What an awesome name. I would rather have Prithvi Mitra beside my name than having a business degree. So that's what we all are, Prithvi Mitras. Last month in our workshop, I had shared thoughts on Vedanta and nature. Vedanta means to know what's inside, specifically that you are part of a macro. You are the micro, which is part of the macro. And if you think of nature, when we think of Mother Nature, when we think of the oceans or the lands, that would be the macro then. So Vivek, as the micro, is part of the ocean. Factually, most of my body is made up of water, is part of the lands. We describe this body as Annamaya, filled with land, that which is going to go back to the land. And what's so beautiful about this, the more you know the micro, the more you know the macro, and vice versa. If I know water in Lake Ontario, is it so different than water in Lake Erie or Lake Michigan and so on? And so a summary action, because we can't just think about this, we have to act upon this, is to be in nature more. When we are in nature more, we learn from nature more. I had gone through different facets of nature that we can learn from. And if we start to feel that nature is our guide, is our guru, we will care for nature more. Having oriented us to Prithvi Seva, to Vedanta nature, now I'm going to shift thoughts to dedicating to Devi. In our scriptures, there's a lovely and succinct message, Yajno Ve Vishnu, which in English means dedication is divinity. Please burn that into your personality. Dedication is divinity. Now think, what needs the most dedication right now? It is not travel companies, it is not our bank accounts, it's not our education systems. It is Prithvi, which means earth, and another word for this is Devi. Devi needs most dedicating right now. And if there's dedication, this has to be followed up with sacrifice. Dedicating is at a mental level, sacrifice is at an action level. So what can we sacrifice? Every one of us can give 3 things or facets to this multiverse: resources, time, and effort. How many of you are hearing this for the very first time? You've never heard this framework of resources, time, and effort before? Good. So then when I ask you for this, you're not going to resist this, correct? You can't plead ignorance. You can only plead negligence. See how I leverage your honesty? Resources. The sacrifice that we are going to make is to save $1 a day to offer to our Devi, to our earth. And this is going to be directed towards towards charities, high impact charities that are contributing towards air, water, and earth. For those who are studying Bhagavata with me, today I consciously highlighted how Sri Krishna shares air, water, and earth are amongst the greatest purifiers that we know. So us supporting this is really us supporting purity. And accentuating this even more, how many of you signed the gift-giving pledge that we initiated in December? There's your honesty again. If you don't have your hand up. But see the opportunity now. When it's your birthday, when it's your anniversary, when it's your graduation, when it's your whatever, instead of asking for a gift of a notebook or a t-shirt or whatever you're going to get, ask people to donate towards awe. It makes complete sense. Then time. Our sacrifice is to sacrifice 1 minute a day to chant. So we're going to contribute, we're going to chant. To chant a mantra. The word mantra means that which protects the mind. The more you chant a mantra, the more you want to know about this, and it protects your own mind. Our mantra is Om Lam Prithivye Namaha. Say it with me. Om Lam Prithivye Namaha. Om Lam Prithivye Namaha. What this means in a very simplistic way, Om is infinity. It's a sound symbol for infinity. This gets expressed more as Lam. Lam is a seed. Imagine Om is the earth. What's more surface to the earth is a seed. This seed expresses as Prithivye. Prithivye means to Prithvi. Lam is the seed for this mantra, and then finally is Namaha. Today I was sharing that a responsibility for a grihasta. That means someone who's between the age of, let's say, 25 to 50, which is the majority of us. A responsibility of ours is to break down mama. What does mama mean? Mama means mine. Exactly, mine is. Namaha is the opposite. Namama. Not mine. This earth is not mine to use. Rather, for me to serve. Om Lam Prithivye Namaha. And for all of you who engage in japa, let this be your mantra for the next 6 months. Last year, Om Ramaya Namaha. This year, Om Lam Prithivye Namaha. It makes you very conscious about your chanting. And finally, we can give our effort. We're calling this change. We're contributing, chanting, changing. We are saving $1 a day, a minute a day, and a thought a day. What is one of the most powerful forces in creation? A thought. Before this car was built, someone thought about building a car, correct? Before Prithvi Seva Sangha, someone thought about this. A thought is most powerful. We are encouraging everyone to engage in change, but incremental change. Change a part of your lifestyle in a slow and steady way. If you take a shower at 40 degrees Celsius, reduce that to 39 each for 1 month, then 38, and keep bringing it down. If you go from 40 to 30, you're going to do it for 5 minutes and then done. You're not going to do it more than that. So what can you change? And as you do make these changes, share this with others. Tell your family, tell your friends. Instead of preaching to them about politics or sports, preach to them about the environment. This is our dedicating to Devi challenge, to challenge us not to be complacent, to sacrifice $1, a minute, a thought every day, because our Devi needs this the most.